Namaste. Welcome to Pearls from Periyava. In this, we will see what Periyava says about Ekadashi. This is most people follow. And in particular, we will also see what is the significance of Vaikunta Ekadashi. So this Vaikunta Ekadashi is one of the most auspicious days dedicated to Lord Vishnu, celebrated on the Shukla Paksha Ekadashi of Margashira month, generally December, January, that's the period. On this day, the gates of Vaikunta, this heaven, Lord Vishnu's celestial abode, open, granting liberation, moksha, to sincere devotees. Some mythological significance. Number one is, of course, the gates of the heavenly abode is open. So there is a particular door in the temples through which devotees enter. And the belief is that such devotees are going to be granted a place in his heavenly abode and liberation. There is another significance related to the story of King Ambareesha and sage Durvasa. To cut it very short, Ambareesha was a great bhakta of Lord Vishnu. He was a king and he was doing a particular vrata or penance, which was supposed to conclude on a particular day. On that day, he has to feed several needy, deserving people, and then he has to take his food. And there was also a muhurta before which all these things had to be done. So everything was going on. After all the required rituals were over, Ambareesha was planning to take his food. At that time appears sage Durvasa. So Ambareesha prostrates and says, "You have come on a good day. Please come have the prasadam, and then I can have my prasadam and I can conclude my vratam." Durvasa agrees and says, "Okay, I will go to river, have my bath and come back." He goes and does not turn out of even after a long time. The muhurtam or the time was getting over, so Ambareesha sends one of his ministers to see what is happening. The minister goes to the riverbed. He sees that Durvasa offering the arghyam to the sun god is merged in it in a samadhi state. Who could disturb the king, the sage Durvasa? He comes back. So people around Ambareesha, they are all worried. If the muhurtam gets over, then all the vratam that king has done so far will go in vain. So what has to be done? So then they decide that, okay, since the time is getting over, before that muhurtam, it may be okay to drink water. In some sense, water is food. In some sense, it is not. So Ambareesha agrees, drinks the water, and as he finishes drinking the water, there appears sage Durvasa. He becomes very angry. He is known for it, and he creates out of his power a very cruel-looking animal out of nowhere and asks that animal to kill Ambareesha. Ambareesha is unmoved. He doesn't really pray to God or anything. He is such a great devotee. Devotee in a true sense. Because he had no wish list. As Lord Krishna says, Yo na hrishyati, na dveshti, na kankshati na shochati shubha parityagi bhaktiman same priyaha. He was such a great bhakta in the true sense. And as the animal approaches Ambareesha to kill, Ambareesha still remains unmoved. There comes the Sudarshana Chakra from Lord Vishnu and severs the head of the cruel animal and chases Durvasa. Then Durvasa runs to Brahma. Brahma says, you have to go to Shiva because it is about death. Then Shiva says, Sudarshana Chakra, go to Vishnu. He comes to Vishnu. And Sudarshana Chakra is still chasing him. Lord Vishnu says, oh, what have you done, Durvasa? Ambareesha is my great devotee. He will not ask anything. He is such a great devotee. So it's my duty to protect him. That's why when you came there itself, I knew something could happen and I need to protect Ambareesha. So I had sent the Sudarshana Chakra there. And please remember, O sage, in this matter even I am helpless because he is such a devotee that he is much, much more powerful than me. So you have to go to him for the rescue. So Durvasa runs again to Ambareesha and prostrates him. And Ambareesha says, oh sage, please forgive me for all what all happened. I request Sudarshana Chakra, if I am a true devotee of Lord Vishnu, let it be withdrawn. Then Sudarshana Chakra goes back. Then Ambareesha offers all the required things to sage, and then he concludes his vratam. So this is the significance that happened this day, which signifies the power of a real devotee or bhakta. The third mythological significance is Lord Vishnu kills Murasura. So there was a fight between Murasura and Lord Vishnu. It went on for a long time. Then Lord Vishnu decides to enter into a cave and take rest. And this Murasura comes to know about it and rushes there to kill Lord Vishnu. Then an energy which takes the form of a female comes out of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu named her as Ekadashi, and this female, the Ekadashi, kills Murasura. So this is also the victory of good over the bad. There is one more significance regard to the Samudra Mathana we see in Bhagavatam, where the Deva and Asuras, they churn the milky ocean. Many things happen, but the main part is that Amrita comes, the nectar comes at the end. And it so happens, with the help of the Mohini, it was only served to Devas. That is, only Devas, good. They become Amara, immortal. And all other Asuras, they could not get. So all these things signify one important thing, the victory of the good over the bad. The overcoming of the negativity is the significance. That is why Upavasa, not only on this occasion of Vaikunta Ekadashi, in all Ekadashi is suggested. And here it is. Periyava, what he says on Upavasa. He uses a very pun-ridden shloka from Sanskrit. This is what Periyava says. Ekadashyam tu kartavyam sarvesham bhojanadvayam. This means on Ekadashi, sarvesham, everyone has to do the following duty. What is that? Bhojanadvayam. It means, on the face of it, eat twice, lunch and dinner. Then Periyava says, don't jump to such conclusions. There is a pun in the word bhojana. It is Bhojana means Bho, BHO, exclamation, Jana, separate. Bho means hey, it is like giving a call to people. Jana means people. So it means, hey people, on the day of Ekadashi, all of you, Dvayam, should do two things. That's what it means. Then Periyava continues, what are they? Shuddhopavasa pratama, Sathkatha, Shravanam, Tata. Two things are important. One is Upavasa. Upavasa means staying close to God, which means do things which are conducive to godliness. That is the first thing. There, of course, not taking the food or great restraint on the food depending upon one's own health condition, etc. But generally, not taking any food on that day is what is intended. Why? Because it gives us a control on our organs of sense. The sense organs need to be controlled. And when you control, you can be closer to the calmness in the mind. You can pray to that universal force better. Because food is one great temptation to most of us, and therefore restraining the sense organs through not taking the food is a very, very important thing to do. Just not that. Shravanam, we must listen to good things, read good things, see only good things, and a sort of, we should do is not that you do restrict it only to the intake of the food, but any intake through all the organs of the sense. In some sense, it's a sort of sensory starvation from all negative or pleasure in the usual sense, sensory pleasure, that we should restrict so that we internally mature, tame the mind, make the mind subtler, more suitable for spiritual upliftment, and finally merging with the God or realization of the God. In essence, the purification of the mind. Patanjali also says that purification of the mind is most important for self-realization. And if we follow, as Kanchi Periyava says, that we should do these two things, Shudhopavasa and Shravanam, right things. If we do, then our minds will become pure. Then what happens? All the organs, sense organs, they help the mind to remain pure and calm, enabling us to elevate ourselves spiritually. When we spiritually elevate, what happens? Our own dwelling places, our own house becomes heaven. Our own house becomes a place fit for very Lord Vishnu to be there with us in the form of peace of mind and serenity. Then the doors of our own house becomes Vaikunta Dwaram. And this is what is the significance that we need to realize and adopt. Om Maha Periyava Namaha. Jaya Jaya Shankara Hara Hara Shankara.